Quarterbacks in the NFC right now that I would definitively take over Jordan Love going into the playoffs. You know, Matthew Stafford, one, and then probably Dak Prescott. Other than that, this guy is as hot as anybody going in football, and their young talent and speed on the perimeter is going to be very interesting versus a Dallas defense that wants to play man coverage.
We'll dive into that in a minute. In the meantime, Dominique, what the actual heck has happened to the Eagles?
Man, they're falling apart. And I think last week it was easy just to blame it on the defense. The defense was bad this week also, but the offense was just as bad. They hurt the team as much as the D. And the injuries that are piling up from Jalen Hurts' crooked finger to A.J. Brown's knee, they are looking at Julio Jones as their best receiver at this point. Devontae Smith wasn't playing well. It's ugly for them.
It's a mess. And then, Rex, the Cowboys, it's all sitting there for them as the 2 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, it absolutely is. This is the best chance at a Super Bowl that this franchise has had in years. And why? Because you're hosting playoff games. At least 2 playoff games if you keep winning. And that's why that win over Detroit is so monumental. They get to play at home. This team has won 16 straight games at home. And Dak Prescott, oh my God, is he playing unbelievable, especially at home. So to me, yeah, they're a real problem.
So here's what it brings to us. Here's the AFC picture. Saturday and Sunday, Dolphins, Chiefs in Kansas City. They're expecting temperatures around 0. The Sunday NFC games, Mike McCarthy's Cowboys and the Packers. And then Matthew Stafford in Detroit. And I can hear Dan already chuckling. That is about as rich a storyline as we've seen in any playoff game in a really long time. We will have Eagles, Bucks capping things off Monday night on ESPN and ABC. So let's dive deeply into all of this. Let's get a little bit more in depth into that. The Dallas Cowboys, like almost every team in the league, maybe besides Baltimore and San Francisco, the season's been up and down. And right, the moments they look great, moments we were ready to give up on them. At this moment, do they look like, aside from San Francisco, the best team in the NFC to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
They do.
And they absolutely do. And, of course, I'm going to say Detroit also.
Okay.
But I think Dallas at home, one thing we talk about the ups and downs.
Yeah.
They haven't had the built to play at home. They're built to play with a lead. Dak Prescott's been almost perfect at home. So to me, yeah, they're a major problem. They're a major issue.
Dan, they're playing the house money Packers, and I say it that way because Green Bay is playing. This was a team that did not look like a playoff team midway through the season. As you point out, this is a young and ascending Jordan Love, who's maybe a year ahead of schedule on this. All those young players on the offense. But I've got a little birdie whispered in my ear. Dan thinks Green Bay is going to make this very, very tough for Dallas this weekend.
Absolutely, because everything that Dallas struggles with, mainly on defense, Green Bay majors in. And that's going to be the real matchup that we're going to have to pay attention to in this game. Green Bay's offense, play action pass, motion, attack man coverage. They're going to motion the receiver to an extended bunch. Those 3 guys together, play action underneath. They want speed down the field. Now we're going to affect those second-level defenders. We're going to get them with the play action and the tight end coming on the shallow cross. Jaden Reed, everybody, get ready to hear his name this weekend. You heard it a little bit yesterday, national television, that big in-breaking. That's how they get all those big explosive plays. Down in the red zone, you're going to get, again, a little bit of motion. Jordan Love, play action. We're trying to get people vertical, slip someone into the flat if he's not there. Look at Reed at the line of scrimmage. Touchdown. Beautiful job of winning versus man coverage. Greeny, this is a football team offensively that is going to put Jordan Love under center. They're going to use a ton of motion. They're going to use a ton of play action pass. That is everything that Dallas struggles with defensively. Great defense, but they are going to challenge Dallas in every facet coming this weekend.
You notice he didn't talk about the Green Bay Packers defense matching up against Dak Prescott.
Right.
That is going to be a feeding frenzy for Dak in that offense. And I do think the pass rush of the Cowboys can be a problem with the slow developing play action. As long as they don't get sucked in on those play action fakes, I think they can get to Jordan Love in those man-on-man situations and make those throws much more difficult. But Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb will not be stopped against the Packers. Their defense is just not good. They have talent. They've had talent year after year, and they just never quite put it together.
The last 3 months, CeeDee Lamb, I think, has been the best offensive player in the league. I think if you take the first month of the season out, he would be right in the running for Offensive Player of the Year. Here's the thing that scares you about the Cowboys, if you were one who was inclined to root for them, and certainly those of us who talk about them all the time. They don't usually handle prosperity well. Like it is the pressure. Can you describe, Rex, You go in as the Packers. No one expected you to be there. You're young. Your future is ahead of you. You go in as Mike McCarthy and this Cowboys team. Now everything has been handed to you. You've got home field. Everyone's talking about, oh, this is finally the year, the first time since the mid-'90s.
Yeah.
That's a little different feel. How does that pressure, do you think, affect the Cowboys?
Well, it's pressure, but you got to embrace it. You're sitting back there going, we are playing at home.
Yeah.
All you have to do is show up offensively, and Mike McCarthy's got to be like, look, we're getting ready to tear this thing up. This team is built for us to get after, all right? And why? They don't play defense well, all right? Dak Prescott and company should light up the scoreboard.
Right.
And then defensively, hey, Jordan Love, it's great. Yep, and when the protection holds up and you're able to run that play action, you're in the run game. To me, the run game's key for Green Bay.
Right.
If they end up taking that run away from the Packers, that pass rush will light up Jordan Love and company. That's my opinion.
All right, Dan, give me a quick final thought because I want to get to the Eagles here. Danny, go.
Many of us would be shocked if Dallas can slow down this run game because Green Bay's very good at it. I would say this, the biggest question mark I have in the opposite matchup with this is Dallas's health offensive line-wise. Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, how healthy are those guys? And then also, what's Stephon Gilmore's health? Because he came out of that football game yesterday, hopefully not a big deal, but with the young speed and talent that Green Bay has on the perimeter, that's going to be something to pay attention to.
All right, so while the Packers were earning their way in yesterday and the Cowboys were earning the 2 seed, the Eagles were busy getting shellacked by the Giants in a game that the Eagles were trying to win, meaning that they played, for the most part, their people, and when the